In the vast ecosystem of any organization, there exists a creature whose work is often overlooked. They are the managers. They are not always the most colorful. They are not always the most celebrated. Yet their role is utterly essential for the survival and prosperity of the entire group. Consider a team that once struggled. Its members were skilled, but seemed to work in isolation. Their projects were often late. Then, a new manager arrived. This individual did not bring a revolutionary new skill. Instead, they brought something far more subtle: cohesion. They began to listen. They learned the unique strengths of each team member. The manager began to orchestrate the team efforts. Right tasks to the right people. Communication, once tangled, became clear and direct. The manager acted as a translator between departments, smoothing conflicts before they could begin. They created a safe environment for concerns to be voiced without fear. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the team began to change. Deadlines were met, quality improved. A quiet confidence grew within the group. A sense of shared purpose emerged. Yet the manager received little direct credit. The manager remained in the background, the quiet architect of success. One of the primary reasons for this curious phenomenon is a simple yet powerful assumption. It is the belief that management is not an achievement in itself, but merely an expectation. When someone is promoted to a managerial role, organizations often treat it as a natural progression. The title brings a new set of duties. Doing those duties well is then seen as just meeting the job basic requirements. It is not treated as extraordinary or worthy of special recognition. It is viewed as what they are paid to do. That view makes sense, but it is fundamentally flawed. Good management is not a default setting. It is active, demanding, and complex. Being given responsibility is one thing. Doing it well is another. A great manager must be a psychologist. A great manager must be a diplomat. A great manager must be a strategist. A great manager must be a mentor. All at once, they navigate human emotions and motivations. Thinking a title alone makes someone capable is like assuming any creature given wings will instantly fly with grace. A manager work becomes background noise, a steady hum. It is only noticed when it suddenly stops and everything falls into chaos. Acknowledging great management as a rare, valuable skill is the first step toward a more supportive, sustainable organizational habitat. The challenge of valuing good managers is compounded by another simple fact. Their true impact is incredibly difficult to measure. The most important contributions of a manager are often intangible. How does one assign a numerical value to a team morale? Can we create a chart that accurately tracks psychological safety within a department? A manager who prevents a star employee from quitting has saved the company immense recruitment and training costs. Yet this prevention of a negative outcome never appears on a balance sheet. It is an invisible victory. Imagine a manager who spends hours each week mentoring a junior team member. They provide guidance, they build confidence, they help that individual develop new skills. Over the course of a year, that employee blossoms. They become more productive, they become more innovative, they become a more valuable asset to the organization. The company benefits enormously from this growth. But how do we attribute that success back to the manager-patient coaching? Their influence is like the gentle, steady rain that allows a forest to grow. Its effect is profound, but it cannot be traced to a single drop. In contrast, organizations are drawn to what is easily quantifiable. Organizations must learn to look beyond the spreadsheets. Recognize the signs of a well-managed team: low turnover. In many professional habitats, there is a clear hierarchy of value, and, very often it is the specialist who sits at the top. The brilliant surgeon, the master coder, the lead engineer. These people possess deep, rare technical expertise. Their contributions are direct and undeniable. They solve the most complex problems. Their skills are often the engine of the organization's success. As a result, they are celebrated and rewarded, but that admiration can cast a long shadow. It obscures a different, equally critical skill: management. When a top technical performer is promoted to manager, a curious dynamic appears. The organization often makes a critical error. It assumes the skills that made someone a great engineer or a great analyst will automatically make them a great leader. But the skills are entirely different. The focus must shift from doing the work to enabling others to do the work, from individual problem solving to orchestrating a team of problem solvers. This is not a simple step up. It is a fundamental career change. Yet organizations continue to value people for their old technical skills rather than new management abilities. This sends a confusing message. Soft management skills are secondary to hard technical ones. That can lead to a cycle of failure. To break the cycle, we must see management not as lesser, but as a distinct, vital specialization in its own right. So, how can an organization evolve to better support these vital creatures? The change must be intentional. It begins by creating a healthier habitat, one that actively cultivates and celebrates great leadership. The first step is to establish clear expectations. What does good management look like in this specific environment? Define these behaviors. It is not just about hitting targets, fostering growth, communicating effectively, and building a resilient team. These expectations should form the bedrock of how managers are evaluated, guiding them toward the behaviors that truly matter for the long-term health of the group. Next, organizations must invest in nourishment and training. We would not expect a creature to thrive in a new environment without the tools to adapt. Yet, we frequently promote individuals into management with little to no formal training. We must provide them with the resources to learn the craft of leadership. We must also change how we tell stories. Success should not only be framed around individual heroics or record-breaking sales. We must also celebrate the stories of great managers. Shine a light on the leader whose team has the highest retention rate. Share the example of the manager who successfully mentored 3 junior employees into senior roles. Finally, we must create clear pathways for growth and reward. A manager career should not be a dead end. There must be opportunities for advancement that are based on their leadership skills, not just their old technical expertise. By taking these steps, we ensure that our best managers are not just surviving, but thriving to the benefit of all.